Juice 101, The Synthesis, Cool H, Pure, yours truly, Louie C. Yo.
I would drop the mic, but it's gonna be too loud, so.
You got married to Khalees, shit just started getting strange. Real strange. Beat picking.
And number one, to me, is actually me.
I don't believe we put out enough body of work for me to really, put him at the top of my list. But I'm just explaining this why he in my four. Right? You know what I mean? But my bad. He bought the women out. He made the thugs want to put a clean shirt on.
Because I know a lot of men, like, that I deal with, like, on a friend level or whatever. So I could get and respect certain things, but
Managing your emotions, right? I'm Boricua. I know I might not look it, but I know what that is.
So I try to just base it off of just lyrics. Like, that's the only even way to match everybody up is just lyrics. Because if you
There's a market for it. It's not a very large market, but you got guys like us that appreciate talent like that, you know what I mean? So that's my top 5. Welcome to Dynamic Analytical Synthesis, D.A Synthesis. I'm one of your hosts, Pure. We got the high school crush back, Brandi Champ, you know what I'm saying, Louie C. Rhymes, you know what I'm saying, Grumpy Smurf is back, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let my man introduce himself.
Well, I go by the name, The World Needs More Me.
You heard him right there. So today's topic is top 5 MCs dead or alive. This is our last episode of 2018, and we're going to get right into it. Hey, yo, we got Champ, man. She going to give us her 5 backwards, bottom up. Let's go.
so I'm gonna go with Meek Mill. Oh, I'm sorry. Who is this? This is Champ, right? Okay. Nasir Jones, Styles P, Sean Carter, Sean Carter, Jay-Z, you know, and Tupac.
Juice 101, The
I
Synthesis.
would drop the mic,
Cool
but
H,
it's gonna
Pure,
be too loud.
yours
so.
truly, Louie C. Yo.
It's definitely interesting, you know what I'm saying? So hold on, we're going to see what we all got in common. So Champ got Meek Mill, top 5 dead or alive, all time, at 5. She got Nas at 4. She got Styles P, the Ghost, at 3. She got Jigga, Jay-Z, at 2. And she got Tupac at 1. All right, bet. We're going to go to Grumpy.
Oh, you gonna go to me? Why you coming here? This shit is hard. Yeah, I wrote a list. All right. Damn. See, my list got like 9 niggas on here. Part of my friend. Damn. 5. All right.
Bottom up, too.
All right, bottom up. Here we go. All right, bottom up. Jay-Z, not Sean Carter. I don't like Sean Carter. I like Jay-Z. When he started becoming Sean Carter, I didn't like that guy. When we went to Paris, it was over for me. Jay-Z. After that, I got Eminem. I like Eminem. He could be higher on my list too, but they want me to have an order, so he's number 4. After M, I got Lloyd Banks. I fuck with Banks. Banks is fire. All my people is lyricists. I don't care how many albums you sold. That shit has nothing to do with my list. Next is Nas. Nas is fire. I grew up to Nas. When he got married to Khalees, shit just started getting strange, real strange. This beat picking and all of this, it just got real difficult for me, but he's number 2. And my number 1, this nigga ain't even got an album out. My number 1 ain't even got an album out, but he's all of these niggas in one. King Los from Baltimore. Hands down, the number 1 rapper, dead or alive. King Los. Do your research. Is he your cousin? Not at all. And I hope we do chicks next, because I got a top 5 girls, too.
Hey, man, come to Juice 101 NYC in Ozone Park, Queens, 97-16, 101st Avenue. Come get you a gang of greens. We gon' we gonna go to Louie C.
I'm going to be very fast about this because I know who they are to me. I said I was going to be fast, right? No. So it's number 5 to me is Eminem. Number 4 to me is Big Pun. Number 3 to me is Biggie Smalls. Number 2 to me is Nas. And number 1 to me is actually me. Juice 101.
Yeah. That's my boy. All right, go. And we gonna go next to The World Needs More Me.
I'm in the building. Well, I'm gonna go with Biggie as number 5. I don't believe he put out enough body of work for me to really, put him at the top of my list. Hold on. Thank you. Let me turn this on. I'm gonna go with Tupac. It's number 4. Because, he lost cool points for the nose ring, But after the nose ring, he really did a lot of things that put the West Coast on top. Exactly. Then I'm going to go to my man Nas, Nas lyrically, best of all time, if you ask me. Now, Jay and Fab, that was a toss-up for me. But I put Fab at number 2, and I put Jay at number 1. But Fab is definitely in there. And you notice both of my Brooklyn Knights are at the top, Love y'all.
All right, cool. The world needs more me. All right, now we're going to go to me, Pure. I'm going to give you mine, bottoms up. At 5, I'm going to go with The Teacher, KRS-One. The Bridge Is Over was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm just, word. Yeah. Number 4, I got Jigga, Jay-Z. Jay-Z at number 4. And the only reason he ain't really make my top 3, because even though, he from Brooklyn, he get busy, but he be taking a lot of nigga shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Word, I heard some shit earlier today that threw him down. I had him at 2. I heard some shit today that he took from Mos Def. That shit blew mine, no homo. You know what I'm saying? I know we growing. Let me grow out of it. I got to grow out of that. But, yeah, but he do it too much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna wear your shirt on Thursday, my sweater on Saturday, your hat on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Nah. No. Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, but I'm just explaining. This is why he in my 4. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Damn, my bad. All right. Yeah. So number 3, I'm gonna go with Tupac. Tupac, you know what I mean? Game changer. Fearless. You know what I'm saying? Said what he wanted to. You know what I mean? We didn't have rappers really doing that from a revolutionary standpoint, from a street standpoint. Like, he just did it his way. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, Nasty Nas. You know what I mean? Lyrical assassin. You know what I mean? Nothing we had ever seen. You know what I mean? Everything he was saying, like, was right in front of us. You know what I mean? Where we grew up. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, he talking about that. Like, he lived in our building. You know what I'm saying? And number 1, I'm going to go with the Notorious Glorious. When I heard Unbelievable, I was on a bike. I was on Gates Avenue. I'm from Brownsville, East New York. I was in Bed-Stuy. I had to stop off the bike and say, hold the fuck up. Shout out to Stocky Rocky. Stocky Rocky put me on to Notorious B.I.G. Stocky Rocky is from the style. But, you know what I mean? My fault, Biggie Smalls. Yeah, you put me on the Biggie Smalls. That's a fact. Dreams. That was the first song I heard. But Big got it, hands down. You know what I mean? So that's my top 5. We're going to give it to Grumpy.
Ain't nothing wrong with your top 5. Everybody top 5 is cool, because ain't none of those that nobody mentioned a bad rapper, to be honest. Some people don't know everybody rapper. Okay. You could Google, you could Google them now. Now the big thing. When I first heard Big album, that shit was fire to me. This security guard in my building, he used to work for Bad Boy. Shout out to Preem. And he gave it to us early. Ran upstairs, listened to it. I went to school the next day. I knew every word of that album from the beginning to the end. Every word. Singing it in the hallway. Niggas was like, what's that? Oh, it's that new Biggie shit. Y'all know about this? It's that new Biggie. Y'all know about this. I got to get that. It came out. Niggas loving it, whatever. One day I went to the P's, Brevoy Projects. Went to my cousin Trev crib. He was in the shower. I was waiting for him in his room. Illmatic was playing. I was sitting there. I was like, what the fuck is this? I said, can I hold this tape? I took that tape home, never brought it back. Because I couldn't learn that shit in a day, dude. That shit was a masterful piece of work. This nigga was rhyming synthesis, all kind of shit. Big was on some Cat in the Hat shit for that first album. Second album, stepped this shit up, way up. But that's why he ain't like my, you know what I mean? He was kind of simple, but fire songs, but lyrically, nah.
Big is for the females. He made fat, black, nasty, fat, black, and classy, you know?
No, he didn't.
No, realistically, he did. You know? But here, let us hear why you don't.
Well, Big didn't make my list because I don't think his body of work is solid enough because like Grump was just saying, it was remedial. Like, we all caught on in 2.2 seconds. I'm from Brooklyn, so I can sing them all. But are they on the playlist in my car right now? No. Everyone I named is in my car. They're timeless for me. Like, I'm a bump Big at a party, and I'm but I'm not listening to Big while I'm riding somewhere. I'm not. And for me, that's what made you make my list. And it's no offense to him. Like, it was an era. Like, that whole Bad Boy ran the town. And I think he makes so many people lists out of respect. No other reason. The same reason that Pac, see, I'm going to give you the mic. But Pac doesn't make people lists because they don't like him. They didn't like him, and it was such, and in that time, it was such an East Coast, West Coast. I used to get cursed out every day. Little girl from Brooklyn bumping Pac. Like, everybody screaming Biggie. I'm like, West Side. Straight up. Like, so I get it. And it just, like, so for me, Biggie is a bandwagon. So if I would have said Big, I'm bandwagon hopping. I'm just appeasing the people. And, you know, it's not happening. So, again, I don't think the same way I don't think Pac is respected, Biggie is too respected. They both dead. So, I mean, you know. But here you go.
Yeah, that was harsh. That was really harsh, the way she just, they are both dead and we're moving on. No, I'm just playing. But for real, so, I mean, I think that you said about, like, things being remedial, I think that that's true. And as an artist, too, I struggle all the time because I'm like, is it better sometimes when it's remedial, when you can catch it like that, and as soon as it bangs, it just is in you, and you feel it, right? And that's kind of what Biggie had. And that's the reason why I think so many people are able to just jump on it and buy in and be all about it. And I think Tupac, again, I think that when we talk about this with our opinions, I'm thinking about basically my best rappers who I believe from my scheme. But my scheme is what I care about, lyrics. So I'm not thinking about maybe the whole movement that they created, right? Tupac with his mother, she was a Black Panther, all that. He deserves a spot in a top 5. If we were going to sit here and argue and have to come up with a top 5 between the 5 of us, I would put him in there. But in my top 5, he's not there because I value certain things that other people I'm sure don't. And to that point, I do want to give a quick shout. So I'm not about to rant them off, but you got to think, like, who's your top 5 artists that are alive? And then you also got to think who's your favorite artist. Meek Mill is one of my favorite artists. He's not one of my top 5 that are alive. And the truth is the guy who I wanted to put at 1 on this list, who is my true favorite artist, who made me change my mindset about myself and about rapping and about knowing that I could be the best rapper. And the reason why I put myself at number 1 tonight is J. Cole. If you saw that Angie Martinez interview, he went in for like an hour and a half. But he mentioned something about how in False Prophets, he's talking about Kanye West. And in False Prophets, when he talks about Kanye West, he's just sad because he idolized this person who really isn't, you know, as great as he thought he was. And he's starting to show his true colors in terms of the rap game. And that when J. Cole has all these diehard fans, he's not wanting them to be as diehard fans as he's wanting them to work on themselves and be the best person they can be and fill their own holes. So that's what J. Cole talked about. In order to actually, like, become a better artist, person, whatever you want to do, you have to look inside yourself and look at the shit that's wrong with you and say, yo, that's messed up that I do that and I need to fix that. And that is what allows you to then say, I could be better than J. Cole and I could be better than Kanye West. And I got that. And so that's where I'm at right now.
So, I felt like my little kufi was just came for. But let me just say this. Like, you just went on about what J. Cole taught you. So for me, and J. Cole is a good lyricist. Like, he would be someone in your top 5 because you're getting something from him. So to your Meek Mill dig, I respect that man because I listen to stuff he says, and granted, it's not my life. I'm nobody's thug. I've never even seen the inside of a cell. However, I know that life. I know people who feel that life, so I'm going to respect it. The same thing with Styles P. I don't know that life, but when you listen to what they say, it's like, he just said that? And for me, that's what it is. So, yeah, am I a fangirl about Meek Mill? Do I want to go on a date with Meek Mill? No. He's not my type of people, like, for me to ever hang out with him. However, he's for the culture. And he's teaching you something, and he's standing for something. So we can all love and say or whatever about a big again, but what he do? What he taught you? I mean, Tupac taught you be yourself no matter what. No matter what.
He got something to say. Nah, say it, Champ.
Listen, say it. But I mean, Biggie didn't tell me nothing but money, hoes, and clothes. That's all a nigga know. What? Like, yeah, I'm partying, I'm shaking, I'm two-stepping. I had, every little hoe want Moschino. I had it on. Sure did. DKNY, yes. But what did you do for me?
I agree. I get that stance. I understand that.
But again, on the J, okay. Like I said, I'm not a Sean Carter fan. But you could learn a lot from him. And I think that maybe if Big would have lived a little longer, but in the time that he had, he didn't do nothing with it. As far as giving me something other than my money, my hoes, my clothes, run in that store and snatch it. That's what he gave me. You can learn a lot. Like, and again, but we talking about old Hove, we talking about new Hove. Because new Hove, he talking, he telling. But again, he's still alive, and that's why I said now, there's no doubt, if Biggie was still alive, even if he would have came out with maybe 2 more albums, he might have grew, he might have evolved, but that just was never my type of rap. Like, as you can see from my 5 people, that's not. New Hove is a sellout?
New Hove had told us he had owned the Nets and the Barclays, and when I read the paper, he owned less than 1%. I don't know.
But that was public information. So again, are you just listening to what they say, or because I knew from the door he only owned 1 or 2% of Barclay, but my point is, again, you're gonna talk your talk, because that's what we do. Where you from? You from Brooklyn, right? What we do. What we do. So, but it's up to you to do the research with the information you're given. So if I did any research from the information I was given from Christopher Wallace, I would have ran in Macy's and snatched me a Moschino coat, because that's what it was. Like, and on a couple of, I learned how to sell crack too, and follow the commandments. Never get high from your own supply. I mean, you know.
Those are all low blows. All low blows. I don't agree with none of that. If you're an artist, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's fine with me. Just like any writer who writes a movie, just like any author who writes a book, you have the choice to write about anything you want to be. I mean, anything you want to write about, whether it's fantasy, whether it's true. I don't care. I don't care if you're real or if you're not real. Just make some music that I like. You could be the softest person out and make the hardest music. 6ix9ine. But if we like it, we like it, and that's all that matters.
But yeah, as I was saying, with Big created a lane for the less popular. Big put fat guys in good clothing and gave them an opportunity to introduce themselves to the woman of their dreams. I went to Boys and Girls High School back in the 90s. Women weren't into fat, black, and nasty.
Were you fat, black, and nasty?
No, I didn't have that problem. But I got to see it. Because I happened to be very popular at that time in my school. Fortunate for me. Appreciate you. Looked out.
I was never into fat, black, or nasty.
See? You know? But Big created a lane for them. To when I started hearing, hey, you're a little too thin. You might need to put on a few pounds. You know? Big gave a lot of,
Project Pat confidence.
you know?
He gave
Things of that nature.
confidence.
Yeah. These guys take off their shirts now.
What? And put tattoos on it.
Oh my God!
This-
I saw a video of Fat Man Scoop with no shirt on.
Yeah,
jumping
DJ
in the
Khaled, no shirt on. This is what Big did in his short lifespan. This is what Big did.
I'm sorry.
You know, this is what Big did.
He taught y'all how to love yourselves.
You know, and that's why I say Big has to get some credit. I didn't put him at the top because he doesn't have enough bodies of work. But for what he created while he was here in a short period of time, it's still being, you know.
I disagree with everybody. That's my opinion, though. If you really listen to Biggie, he was a historian. Like if he took a history class, he got an A+. Geography and history. Think about everything when he rapped about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like not for nothing. When he said when he said, I'm telling you, he said, heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever, which has nothing to do with history or geography. But I'm just saying, even swag. However, I stayed Coogee down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, like he was confident and honest. Like, nigga, I'm ugly, but I'm flyer than you. You understand what I'm saying? And not for nothing, I know this pretty girl, man. Bad as a mom. She told me, she said, yo, that's the only fat dude I would date. You understand what I'm saying? And then, hold on. We're talking about the best MCs. See, everybody got their reasons. Me, Big, he could have the crowd right here. Because I seen, if you go on YouTube and you type in Biggie next to Nas, when they was kicking the Goodfellas, Nas had the mic, Biggie got the mic, you seen the reaction was different. Nas even stepped back like, oh, shit. This nigga was different. You know what I'm saying? He was the true master of ceremonies. Like, he made you want to dance. Like, this nigga, but I'm just saying, that's enjoying life. But I know, go ahead.
I said, everybody turned
Right. Yeah.
But he not in your car.
He in my car. Yo, man, that dude is an entertainer. Like, when I was a kid, people used to pass out for Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Right? Real time, like, pass out. I didn't get it. Like, I thought he was a scary-looking dude. No disrespect to Mike. But I get what you said. But that divided New York City hip-hop, the Purple Tape. When them niggas diss Biggie, right? Method Man never said, yo, that's my man, because he fucking with them. Nas never said, yo, I fuck with Biggie, take that shit off. Like, not for nothing. When Biggie died, all these people out the woodworks, like you said, home team, Brooklyn, right? So I get that. Brooklyn niggas was repping. But all these other niggas, when he died, was acting like they fuck with him.
Now that's different. That, like, you can't, like, just because I'm not fucking with your music today doesn't mean I don't fuck with you as a human. You get death is a little different. So of course they gonna fuck with you, like, cause you dead. And they did fuck with you, but Nas was a beefer. Like, he had beef with Jack. You get what I'm saying? Like, they did the beef shit. No, but that's not what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, like, as far as beef, like, it's okay when we're both here and we're doing it, but I'm not gonna, it's still rap beef. So I'm not gonna be like,
Tell that fat nigga did big, suck my dick.
He's dead. Who am I arguing with? Part of the fun is you being here.
I hear you. I just felt like that shit divided New York hip hop. Because after that, you seen the Raekwon and Ghostes with the Fat Joes and the puns and like you seen it, and then Biggie was like Jay-Z. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like you but you knew what the music, you knew it was Biggie, Maze, Jay-Z, like all these niggas did songs together. And then the other niggas, it was like Mobb Deep, Nas, Fat Joe. You understand what I'm saying? Ghostface.
I was at the Palladium. I watched Big throw the mic down and walk out on the show that him and Jay-Z, you know what I mean? And leave, take Junior Mafia and Lil Kim and bounce. Leave him there with Foxy and Busta Rhymes. Because he wasn't getting paid for it, and Hov wanted to repeatedly do his verse because the crowd wasn't getting it. So it's a lot of things that don't come to light unless you was there, you know? But that happened. Hov, you remember that, Hov? You remember that, Hov. You know? I was there, you know?
Right.
And that's what it is. So when you pass, regardless to what you had going on before you know your untimely death, you respect the brother for what he was when he was here and the things he did, you know?
The co-worker.
Live and let die, you know what I mean?
I still think Biggie's #1. Still rock the crowd. Still held everybody like this. You understand? And that's just my opinion. But he bought the women out. He made the thugs want to put a clean shirt on.
But oh my God, I miss Cheetahs. Cheetahs was a good time. On Mondays,
We jumped on the stage and that one too, right? You know what I mean?
Go to Justin's, eat, and cross the street.
yeah, y'all little ones don't know nothing about that. You in the tunnel, you bumping shoulders with anybody and everybody. Like, good times. They did. That was some next level shit.
What we had in common though, right? So you had Tupac, I had Tupac, you had Tupac?
I didn't have Tupac.
No, it was.
You had Pop? Nah. So 3 out of the 5 had Pop, right? So let's try to have a mutual.
One.
Just
No,
me-
I
no.
had Biggie. Well, not
3.
in my top 5.
All right, two.
So it's 3.
Oh, you got Biggie too?
Yeah.
Tie between him and Tupac.
Right. So,
Tie.
Yeah. All right. So we got Pac, we got Big. 3 out of the 5.
Nah,
How many? I got. Everybody got 9.
He's theoretically the winner right now.
Right. So everybody got Nas.
Jay-Z.
Everybody got. I got Jay. I put Jay.
I don't have Jay.
I got Jay.
4 out of yeah. Right.
Sean
Right. Okay.
Same person.
All right.
I had Fat.
Style.
So I think that Jay-Z is the winner. No, Nas is the winner. And then Jay-Z is second. And yeah. And Tupac and Biggie are tied. Yeah.
And the 5th one is a wild card.
Yeah, because everybody had like one.
No, what's the name? It's Fab.
No, Fab was one person.
So what about
Styles P was one person.
Can we ask another question?
Eminem.
Eminem had two.
One.
I had Eminem.
Eminem had 2 votes.
Eminem number 5.
So basically, what we learned is we're really New York City. East Coast. And New York City is divided. And when I say that, I mean, like, even if you listen from music, like you were saying, like, Brooklyn stay together, Queens stay, and they're vastly different people. Like, you know, like, you could be from Brooklyn and you're completely different from someone from Queens. It's almost like Mars. And we're like 10 minutes away. And I think that had a lot to do with the divide in New York City hip hop, not beef per se, but it was geographical. We all were into different things. So if you were from Brooklyn, I don't care from where in Brooklyn you bumped Biggie, because he was talking about what we were about. I mean, like, I went to high school in the city, me and Prayer, right? So it was nothing but. And it was nothing but Harlem cats. And you could tell where you were from by what you looked like. So,
I gotta interrupt you. I'm from Brooklyn, Love Brooklyn. Love my borough. But Biggie didn't really talk about what was going on in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he did.
The Queens rappers talked about what was going on in the hood, in the projects, on the street, anything. I'm telling you, Mobb Deep, Nas, who else? AZ did a little bit. He was from Brooklyn, but he rolled with them. Huh? Yeah, Mega. Like, all them Queens rappers, they talked about the projects and the streets.
So.
Biggie talked about money we didn't have.
But, so. It's different levels to Brooklyn. So now maybe we weren't playing in the same park. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm the corniest cool person you'll ever meet. I get it. So for me, it wasn't nothing but clothes and some money going on, because that was the life I was living. So whereas I totally get the flip side, but I couldn't really relate. But I had a brother that was like the other side of me. So I knew a lot. Makes sense? So that's why like somebody like a Styles P, because I know a lot of males like that I deal with, like on a friend level or whatever. So I could get and respect certain things, but I was more of a Jay-Z, Biggie type, and that's why they won. Because, like, as far as that's why they party music, and that's because it was fun. It's what was going on. Like, I never boosted personally because I ain't got time to be running from nobody, and I would just ask my mama. However, that's what was going on. They was running in stores, snatching pals. Like, I done bought some shit from them, but I ain't never steal. Like, so, well, I don't. Like, I wait for sales now, but that, but they were talking on a different level, so a lot of girls couldn't relate to the stuff that they was talking about. Now, I know the stuff that they talking about, but, like, you can't really relate, so I'm not partying to, like, not, like, what club was bumping him?
What, Big? Nah. When I go to a party, I don't want to hear Nas. You hear me? When I go to a club, I don't want to hear Mobb Deep. I don't want to hear none of them. I want to hear whatever the ladies like, because they're going to dance to it. So I'm going to listen to that. So if they listen to Jay-Z, or they listen to Biggie, or listen to whatever, I'm going to listen to that.
So that, I agree, right? It's party sometimes, it's lyrics sometimes. But I do think, and I'm kind of against this, I think that Biggie taught me two things. He taught me, straight up and simple put, how to rap. He laid a template out that if you could do, you were nice. But he also taught me that what meant the most is material and money. And not to say that he wasn't generous with his and took care of his people. I'm sure he did. But that set the culture to what we are in right now, because it's the same game. It's the same exact game. Nobody ever talks about, like, the real rappers to me, like Royce da 5'9" and J. Cole and Logic. They're talking about self-worth. They're talking about common sense. They're talking about, let's call it what it is, black and brown, mental stability, right? Managing your emotions, right? I'm Boricua. I know I might not look it, but I know what that is. So, to me, I think Biggie, he set up the way that all these rappers want to do it. He set that template out. And even people like Jay-Z, yeah, he was a businessman and he did his thing, but he did it under that same type of model that Biggie did it.
And if you think about it, when he came out first, he didn't have that style. He had the riggedy rap style, which took him nowhere. It didn't work for him, you know?
The riggedy rap is what a guy like me, an artist, dreams. That is what means most, right? But we know that the way that the game works is you can have the nicest riggedy rap in the game, but if you got what the people listen to, 6ix9ine, it could be garbage. It doesn't matter. So I'm waiting for that next rapper who's going to change what the game means in terms of attaining. And I think that's J. Cole. If you listen to him, he was #1 on iTunes for a while, right? We're talking recent now. We're talking most new stuff. But he's the only person who does it in a real old school way that I see not rapping about money and rapping about taking care of yourself and rapping about addiction and going through struggle and dealing with his mother who was, you know, going through alcoholism and all that. But I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, I'm about to leave. However, we cannot blame Biggie for that, because I almost felt like that was an insult when That's how people live. Like, so, and that's what people, sometimes you want to hear fun stuff. Like, I don't listen to rap 24 hours a day. I'm more of a sad love song. Now, I'm not sad, but that's what I like to listen to. So my point is, you like what you like. So there's an area for artists like you. Now, will that area ever be like mainstream, like you, No. However, look at somebody like Nas. Like, most of he's talking. He's doing all that stuff, and he's in everybody's top 5, right? So it can happen, but I think that, no, because I feel like people tend to, that's like, it's always, everything is out there. It's just like, if that's what you want, like, but what do you want from it? You want the money. You want to see them #1. You want to see them revered. But they have a place. Like, J. Cole is an honorable mention, I'm quite sure, for everybody. Like, even if I don't own a J. Cole album, but every time I hear him, I'm like, oh, he's saying some shit. But do I want to hear about how you know, like, I don't want to hear about your struggle every day is my point. Like, it's a time and a place and a mood for everything. Like, we got like Kid Cooties and we got like this person, but you don't want to hear about the whole, what's not fair? I don't want to hear about anything.
So the best ones do both. The best ones do both. They do the nitty gritty and they make the hits. And right now, J. Cole has hits on the radio. Go on Hot 97. That boy is pumping, and that's what I'm all about. I'm like, hopefully this guy breaks through. What do you got?
Now, the reason I said it's not fair is because you said you listen to love songs and stuff like that. Sad ones all day. All right, they're not sad. Okay. On some of their other cuts on their album, they're singing about money and clothes. Because I'm trying to figure out.
Well, they might not be. However, like, they might, like, you know what I hate? And this is going to go to my sad love songs. Like, and I don't mean sad love songs like, fuck that nigga, he didn't come home last night, he didn't. I don't listen to that kind. Yeah, sorry, bitch. Like, I don't, that's not my kind of music. Now, but the same artist who has that, like Toni Braxton's last album is bomb. And it's slept on. It got Grammys, but it's slept on for the everyday. She's singing about literally everything. But it's the melodies, it's like the album is bananas. But my point is, it got Grammy nods, but Toni Braxton isn't going to sell out arenas. Like, everybody's not running to see it. So, like, pick and choose. Like, it's levels to fame, and it's what the person wants. So maybe somebody like a J. Cole, he seems very laid back to me. And I'm saying this to say, like, you're an artist. And I know y'all be sensitive about y'all shit. But what level of fame do you want to attain? Everybody got a different level.
Okay.
But
See, and that's why I was saying in the beginning of this top 5 thing, it's like, it's hard to have this debate because it's what you're debating on. Like, if you're talking about levels of fame and and then your career or whatever, and it's like, it's hard. And that's why I try to just base it off of just lyrics. Like, that's the only even way to match everybody up, is just lyrics. Because if you read a children's book, walked to the store and got the book, or the kid picked up blah, 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 you're not going to compare that to a great author with a great work, a great written piece of work. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I look at rap. How you looking, I mean, how you writing, how complex it is or whatever. You don't have to write that all the time. When you do your commercial joint and your party joint, it could be whatever. But on your album, have something that shows your skill, your talent, the real talent. Anybody could go and say anything and make a hook to it, and a good fire beat, because most of the time it's the fire beat, and then your hook, your simple hook, and then if we got the time, we'll listen to what you're saying. But if I do listen to what you're saying, say something. And that's my thing. And it seems like in rap, you have to rhyme about clothes and money to gain some type of success. Why you can't rhyme about anything you want? That's why I like Eminem, because he rhymes about anything he wants. Yeah, people say because he's a white boy, he gets away with it. Okay, fine. But he did it. And one time, he put his money on the line. I keep bringing it up. When he did that award show, when he put his money on the line and said, if you vote for Trump and don't step over this or whatever, nobody else put their pocket on the line. No other superstar, athlete, entertainer, they never put their pocket on the line. They always be politically correct. They wear shirts and hoodies and subliminal messages. They never say what they mean. So that's why I can respect an artist who's a real artist. I do what I want. Like you said, Pac did what he want. I can respect that. You do what you want. But when it comes to who's the best, I gotta judge it off of lyrics and nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. I think the bottom line is the only way to have this debate really, truly, is to establish the criteria. And establishing the criteria between the five of us would take us more than 5 days. So it's not a matter of that. I hear everything you're saying. I hear everything everybody's saying. But for me, it comes down to what I said before. The best ones do both. And Biggie did both too. Biggie did rap about stories, and he rapped about things that weren't just about material. So he did both, and he crushed it in that. Tupac did both too, and he did more of the movement, political message rap, and he got more credit for that. But I think the best ones do both. They don't just make either the radio, they don't just make either the nitty gritty. They make their commercial, hits, and then they make it. And that's what I'm looking to do, right? I'm trying to put out an album, make a hit, and then have 6 other rhymes that you can listen to and be like, yo, he's got skills. But that's not what you want to listen to when you're in the car when you're with your girl. Right. It's not what you want to do.
You'll listen to that in the car. You'll listen to that in the car, not in the club, or when you're with your lady, unless she's into that type of thing. But there's a market for it. It's not a very large market, but you got guys like us that appreciate talent like that,
I gotta listen to your Beyonce album. You gonna listen to this Lloyd Bank mixtape.
Hey, man, listen, man, this is how we ended off, man. We got Brandi Champ, the high school crush. We got The World Needs More Me. We got Grumpy Smurf back in the building. We got Louie C. Rhymes back in the building. I'm one of your hosts, Pure. We got my man behind the camera, G Money. And we got Stocky Rocky. He gonna drop a line like Russell Simmons at the end of Def Comedy Jam. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Stocky, man. Give me 2 cents, bro. Come on, man. Let's go, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Live at Juice 101. You know what I mean?
God bless you and good night.
All right, y'all. That's it, man. The Synthesis. We live. That's right. It's over.
Louie C, check me out.
Juice 101 NYC, baby. Ozone Park, 97-16, 101 Avenue, between 97 and 98th Street. Easy.